So, you've got a business idea, huh? Maybe you've even got a little notebook filled with plans, sketches, slogans. That's awesome. Dreaming big is the first step. But let's be real for a second. Not every business idea is a good one. And some business models? They're like trying to sell ice in Antarctica, just doomed from the start. Today, I'm going to break down 10 types of businesses that almost always fail. And don't worry, I'm not here to crush your dreams. I'm here to save your time, money, and sanity. Let's jump in. 1. Restaurants. Without a niche. Look, everyone thinks about starting a restaurant at some point. Good food, great vibe, Instagrammable drinks. It sounds amazing. But here's the truth. Most restaurants fail within the first 2 years. Why? Because people open restaurants with no niche, no target market, and no clue what makes them different. If your restaurant is just food, you're competing with literally everyone, including McDonald's, your local food trucks, and mom's home cooking. Passion isn't enough. You need a plan and a reason people should pick you. 2. Clothing brands with no audience. Starting a clothing brand is like the new garage band dream. You slap your logo on a hoodie, build a Shopify store, post a few cool photos on Instagram, and wait, and wait. But here's the problem. No one knows who you are. No audience, no story, no demand. Thousands of new clothing brands pop up every day, and 99% disappear because they don't stand for anything. If your brand doesn't have a message or a tribe, it's just fabric with ink. That's not a business, that's a vanity project. 3. Nightclubs in the wrong location. Nightclubs are high-risk, high-burn businesses. If you're in the right spot, with the right crowd and the right promoters, it can work. But open a nightclub in a sleepy suburb or next to a tire shop. You'll be broke before you can say VIP section. Here's what usually happens. Someone opens a flashy spot, spends a fortune on decor and speakers, and expects people to show up just because it's open. They don't. The money dries up, the lights go out. Boom, club closed in 8 months. 4. Gyms without a unique offering. People love the idea of opening a gym. Fitness is booming, right? But unless you're offering something specific, like CrossFit, boxing, or a luxury boutique experience, you're just another room full of equipment. The big chains like Planet Fitness will eat you alive on price, and boutique studios will crush you on experience. So unless you have a niche, a community, and a reason for people to leave their current gym, it's a tough game. 5. Dropshipping without branding. This one's huge. Dropshipping has been hyped to death. Start with $0 and make $100K in 30 days. Yeah, okay, here's the reality. If you're just selling generic products from AliExpress with no brand, no customer service, and no trust, you're building a ticking time bomb. You might make some short-term money with the right ad, but long-term, you have zero customer loyalty. You own nothing. And as soon as your ad stops converting, you're done. 6. Copycat cafes. Let me guess, you want to open a coffee shop? Cozy chairs, indie music, oat milk lattes? But what makes your cafe different from the one 2 blocks away? So many cafes fail because they copy what everyone else is doing. No theme, no culture, no hook. If your coffee shop isn't memorable, then it's forgettable. And forgettable cafes don't survive rent. 7. Print magazines or newspapers. I know, the smell of fresh ink, the romance of journalism. But let's face it, print media is dying. Unless you're creating an ultra-niche magazine for a highly specific, loyal audience, like luxury watch collectors or rare sneakerheads, print is just not where the future is. Advertising dollars have moved online. Distribution is tough. And consumers, they'd rather scroll than flip pages. 8. Generic mobile apps. How many times have you heard someone say, "I've got an app idea," usually followed by something like, "It's like Uber, but for laundry." Here's the deal. The App Store is flooded with new apps every day. If your app doesn't solve a real problem in a unique way, it's going nowhere. Plus, development costs are high. And marketing, that's where most app ideas die. You launch it, and no one downloads it. The result? Crickets. And a $20,000 hole in your bank account. 9. MLM schemes disguised as startups. If your business plan involves signing up other people, to sign up other people, to sell overpriced wellness juice or mystery protein shakes, that's not a startup. That's a pyramid in disguise. Multi-level marketing companies have a 99% failure rate for participants. Most people end up with more product in their garage than money in their pocket. Sure, some early adopters make money, but most lose friends, credibility, and their savings chasing a business that's rigged from the start. 10. Anything that depends entirely on a trend. Fidget spinners, NFTs, CBD everything, AI image generators. Chasing a trend might get you quick money, but it almost never lasts. Businesses that rely only on what's hot right now burn fast and bright and then crash. Now, if you can pivot and innovate constantly, great, but most trend chasers get left holding the bag after the hype train leaves. If your business doesn't have lasting value or repeat customers, it's not a business. It's a wave, and waves always crash. So what's the takeaway? Not every idea is worth your time. If you're thinking about starting a business, that's awesome. But be honest with yourself. Ask, is there real demand? Am I solving a specific problem? What makes this different from everyone else? Would I still do this if it wasn't trendy? Because here's the truth. Boring businesses often succeed. Flashy ones often fail. Don't build a business because it sounds cool. Build one that works, even if no one's impressed at first. All right, if you found this helpful, hit that like button and tell me in the comments, what's the worst business idea you've ever seen someone try? I'll see you in the next one.